Welcome back, Go Gunners family! Arsenal set to battle Real Madrid in the race to sign Serie A star. Yıldız's future takes center stage as Europe's giants circle. Contract pressure meets form concerns. Kenan Yıldız was hailed as one of Turin's brightest forward prospects after a thrilling 2024-25 breakthrough. 12 goals across all competitions had Juventus convinced they were nurturing a future centerpiece of their attack. His opening weeks of the new campaign supported that optimism, with 3 assists and a goal in his first 3 Serie A outings. Yet, the year has since taken a more complicated turn. A sudden dip in form has left the 20-year-old with 5 goals and 5 assists in 18 matches as Juventus sits 7th in Serie A, a position that reflects a broader unease around the squad. This downturn arrives at a delicate moment. Contract discussions have stalled, a frustration for a player whose existing deal, signed in August 2024, runs until 2029. He earns around €1.5 million a year, a figure that appears increasingly modest when set beside Dusan Vlahovic's $12 million and the wages earned by Europe's elite young forwards. Goal report that talks have ground to a halt and that Juventus are wary of meeting the demands coming from Yıldız's camp. According to Calcio Mercato, his representatives want a raise into the €5 to €6 million bracket, a salary they believe matches his profile and market value. Juventus view the request as excessive. Giorgio Chiellini captured the mood succinctly when he said, "Yıldız renewal? Calm down. Calm down. Everyone has the will. With balance and calm, everything can be done." It was a plea for perspective, but also a reminder that the club are reluctant to be pushed into a corner. Arsenal lead the chase. Where Juventus hesitate, others advance. Arsenal are the most assertive suitors and have already made inquiries, as confirmed by Italian journalist Gianni Balzarini. He noted, "There's been real contact with Arsenal. That is, Arsenal have asked for information. It's part of the game. There's no negotiation, let's be clear. But they have asked for information about this player who, in my opinion, could also do very well in the Premier League." Balzarini's assessment carries weight. Yıldız's blend of physicality, creativity, and flair fits the modern Premier League mold. Arsenal's attack has evolved into a dynamic ensemble, and interest from North London signals how highly Mikel Arteta's staff rate the Turkish forward. There is also growing belief that Yıldız, feeling the pressures of expectation in Turin, might welcome a move that elevates his role and visibility. Balzarini added that a sort of halo is forming around the boy, creating the impression of a talent ready for a bigger stage. Chelsea and Real Madrid intensify competition. Arsenal are far from alone in their pursuit. Chelsea have already tested Juventus with a €67 million bid last July, which was rejected, but the Blues intend to return next summer. Their long-term recruitment ethos remains focused on securing young, high-ceiling players, and Yıldız fits that blueprint perfectly. Real Madrid, meanwhile, represent the most glamorous possibility. Spanish reports claim a bidding war could push the price past €100 million. Xabi Alonso added fuel to the rumors when he said, "Juventus have very good players, and Yıldız is one of them. He's had a fantastic development. I know him. He was at Bayern when I was there. Seeing his progress makes me very happy." When coaches of Alonso's stature speak with such admiration, the market tends to listen. Premier League advice from a familiar voice. Nicolo Savona, now with Nottingham Forest, offered perhaps the most straightforward guidance. "I would recommend the Premier League to all the kids who love football. It would be difficult to say otherwise. So also to Kenan and any of his teammates," he told Gazzetta. His words echoed a growing sentiment that the English top flight might provide the stage Yıldız needs to accelerate his development. Juventus returned to Serie A action on Sunday away to champions Naples. For Yıldız, the match is another opportunity to reassert his value on the pitch, while uncertainty swirls off it. Our view, EPL index analysis. The reaction from supporters across Europe would be lively and divided. Juventus fans would be concerned that a prized youngster could be edging towards the exit at a time when the club desperately need emerging stars to stabilize their season. Many would argue that the club should meet his demands, pointing out that €5 to €6 million is modest in a market where elite youth potential is increasingly expensive. Arsenal supporters would be excited. Yıldız represents the kind of flexible attacker their system thrives with, and the idea of prizing a jewel from Juventus only heightens that anticipation. Chelsea fans would be expectant too, especially after last summer's rejected bid. Some would question the wisdom of entering another 9-figure chase. Others would embrace the ambition. Real Madrid followers, accustomed to their club targeting the best developing talent, would view Yıldız as a natural fit for their next-generation rebuild. Yet some would be skeptical about paying beyond €100 million for a player still proving himself at senior level. Overall, the fan sentiment would mix excitement, expectation, and concern. Wherever Yıldız ends up, the conversation around his next step has already ignited imaginations across the football landscape. Tottenham and Arsenal Lone Stars combine for wonder goal in Bundesliga.
Tottenham and Arsenal loanies combined to score a sensational goal in the Bundesliga on Sunday night, with another former Gunner also on target. There was high drama at Volkspark Stadium, where rivals Hamburg and Werder Bremen clashed in a first Nordderby to take place in the top flight of German football since 2017. Jens Stag fired Bremen ahead in first-half stoppage time, before a pulsating second period, where ex-Arsenal midfielder Albert Sambi Lakanga struck to draw the hosts level. Hamburg took their first lead of the night with 15 minutes to go, in the standout moment of the match, when a free kick delivered from the right flank by Arsenal loanee Fabio Vieira was dispatched into the back of the net in sublime fashion by Tottenham teenager Luka Vuskovic, whose inventive back heel flick flew past goalkeeper Mio Backhouse. There was more drama to come, however, with Justin